the week. Congratulations. Today is our review day, our pep talk story day, and then you're done for the week. So make sure that you've got all your songs passed off, all your assignments done, you know the drill, and I'm just gonna go right into my pep talk for this week. So today I just wanted to tell you a story about my husband this time. So my husband grew up with a lot of siblings, and he was on the younger end. He had just one younger brother. And when his brother was little, they found that he had a pituitary tumor. And so he had to have surgery to remove the tumor. And just end of the story, he's alive, he's well, he has 5 of his own children now. But this is a happy ending. But I just wanted to tell you this little story about my husband. When my brother-in-law was in the hospital after his surgery, he couldn't breathe through his nose because when they do the surgery, this might be too much information for some of you, but they go up through the nose to remove the tumor. So his nose was all bandaged up. And so my husband was at the hospital with him, and he was the one that was going to stay the night at the hospital with my brother-in-law. And as he was there with him, he noticed that my brother-in-law couldn't sleep because every time he'd fall asleep, his mouth would close, and then he couldn't breathe because he couldn't breathe through his nose. And so he'd wake up and have to breathe through his mouth, and then it just kept happening. Like, he'd try to sleep, but he couldn't. And so my husband decided, he formulated this plan. There were some chopsticks in the room. They're a Japanese family. So he took some chopsticks, and while his brother slept, he just held his mouth open with chopsticks the whole time, the whole night. So the whole night, my husband was there next to his brother, holding his mouth open with chopsticks so he could breathe. So anyways, I like this story because it just shows how much love my husband had for his brother to be willing to do that for him all night so that he was more comfortable. And moral of the story, I just want you to think about things that you can do for other people. It might be hard. It might be hard to serve somebody. It might be hard to hold their mouth open with chopsticks all night long. But the people that we love, we definitely want to serve and make sure that they know that we love them. So anyways, there's your pep talk for the day, little story, and now to the review. Our review today starts on Learn to Play Piano, page 135. At the top, our first direction says, number 1, draw 5 umbrellas and 5 cabanas where they should go on the keys below. Hopefully you remember our umbrella cabana song. The umbrellas go over the 2 black keys and the cabanas go over the 3 black keys. Then number 2, label all the C's, F's, and A's on the keyboard. So you're just finding all of those 3 notes and labeling them up the keyboard. Then below, our star says, using blue arches for whole steps and red lines for half steps, mark each white key going up the keyboard. So you're not going to worry about the black keys, marking any of those, but just from white key to white key, what do you see, a whole step or a half step? You can go ahead and do that, complete this assignment, and then come back to the video for our next page. Our second review page is Notes, page 78. At the top, our direction says, cross out the measures with more than 4 beats. So you'll go ahead and just look in those measures. If they have more than 4 beats, you'll cross them out. The next direction says, cross out the measures with more or less than 3 beats. If it has more or less than 3 beats, put an X on it. Then below is the funnies. So you're just going to fill in the letters of the joke by matching the number with the note name, and just read your joke after that. Once you're finished, you get to go ahead and correct your pages with the answer keys provided, and just make sure everything is corrected before you move on, and I'll see you at the next set of lessons.